began this journey 9 years ago as a church. We didn't have a lot, but we wanted to give God, and we wanted to be faithful with what He was asking of us. So we started by offering our loaves and fish in the form of finances with what we had. And God began to show us ways that we could begin to raise funds and ways that we could begin to resource the kingdom, and He would resource the kingdom through our efforts, and He would accomplish His purposes in this nation. As we offered what we had, He placed before us an opportunity to make a 10-year commitment to a nation. And in doing so, we were looking ahead, not knowing how we were going to see the provision, not knowing how this was going to unfold, but knowing that God had called us to do it, and trusting that He would provide as we stepped out in obedience to Him. And He has been faithful. Seeds is not just another program. It is an opportunity and a gift that has been given to us to go into a nation and both evangelize and disciple that nation. Each grade 4 student is given a seed bag, and inside of that seed bag is a workbook. The workbook has a 14-week curriculum which is taught by the teachers in the school to the students. In 7 weeks teach how to become a believer, and 7 weeks teach how to live the productive Christian life. Also inside of that seed bag is a Bible, a pencil case or a ruler, a toy, and a prayer card. And that prayer card consists of a child in the nation of Canada whose handprint is on it and has prayed for the child in St. Vincent, who will receive the seed bag. St. Vincent is the only nation where this program is approved by the government as the government's own program. They requested a 10-year commitment from us. And in that 10-year commitment, we are now in year 9 of that commitment. But by 2014, every citizen from 9 to 19, which will be over 24,000 people, will have been evangelized and discipled in that nation. 20% of the population. That is an example of God taking our loaves and fish. Because only God could do something like this. There's no other nation where in the public school system, children are being taught the eternal truths of the Word of God as part of their behavioral modification program. The longer that we're doing this, the more that we realize that we really have been given a privilege. Seeing the joy that's brought to the faces of the teachers, of the children, being able to be a part of investing in the lives of others, it just does something that nothing else can do for you. It's part of what God has put in us. It's the nature of who He is to give. It's to pour out. It's to love. It's to give of yourself, and in doing so, you receive the very riches of heaven deposited back into your own life. Much of what God calls us to do doesn't always give us immediate fruit. You may not see the impact that your life is making. However, we were given the privilege last year to find out that one of the teachers sent a note to one of the government officials, a letter, informing them that one school had already borne fruit, and informed this government official that 8 grade 4 students had given their lives to Christ, had also been baptized in water, and were doing very well at school. That's just one of the many reports that they receive. God is causing His Word to go in and change lives. And we get the privilege of being a participator in that kingdom work. Anyone who's given in any form, time, energy, resources, anything that they've given, it all comes down to them receiving the reward of what God has done in this nation. We're all participators in this together. He's building His kingdom, and we get to be participators of that kingdom work. Incredible, just absolutely incredible. Watching seeds unfold is really a faith builder. It does require faithfulness. It does require commitment. It requires trust and obedience to God and to His work. It requires surrender, and all of those are a part of what is necessary to see this work advance. But it also builds faith, because you see that what you have, when you offer to God, He just multiplies it. He takes the small and He does great things. Most of us want to do the big things for God. And in the process of waiting for the big thing, we miss the greatest thing. God isn't looking for our big. He isn't looking for the large that we think we can offer. He's looking for the small. He's looking for the faithful. He's looking for us to give what we have. And then trust Him to provide and to multiply and to do far more with that than we can imagine. He's wanting us to see that He can take that little, and because of who He is, He's able to build His kingdom with the little that we offer and do far more with us than we can imagine. He does the great things when we offer the little things.